Evening, football fans. Welcome to the Chestmont Game of the Week on ChestmontFootball.com as the Coatesville Red Raiders get set to take on the Harry S. Truman Tigers in District 1. First round playoff action. Coatesville, the 4 seed. Harry S. Truman, the 13 seed. I am Mikey Dunn, joined by Mike Dunn. I will be talking to you real quick about the Harry S. Truman Tigers before Mike steps in to talk about the Coatesville Red Raiders. The Harry S. Truman Tigers, well, they are 7-3, and this is their first ever time in the District 1 playoffs. They're coached by first-year head coach Mike LaPalabara. He is got a lot of veteran coaches under him. Defensive coordinator Galen Snyder was head coach at Truman many years ago. They run the wing T offense. Last week they beat Ben Salem 49-21 to clinch their first ever playoff berth. In that game, Javier Peterson ran for 253 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Saeed Saunders ran for 223 yards and 3 scores. And David Akinwande had a touchdown. Mike, they rushed for 560 yards in that game. Now, here's the problem if you are a Tiger fan. In the games they played against the 3 best opponents, they gave up 39 points a game. And in those losses, scored just 13 points a game. But on the positive, in their wins, they've given up 9.7 points a game and averaged over 43. So if they're playing strong defensively and offensively, that's what they're going to need to do to beat the Coatesville Red Raiders. Overall, they average 34 points a game, give up 18. Dylan Snelling is their quarterback, but again, primarily a running team. Mike, tell us about the Coatesville Red Raiders.
Mikey, the Red Raiders will have the clear advantage from a talent and depth standpoint. They have quarterback Ricky Ortega, son of head coach Matt Ortega, who led them to a 55-13 win over Bishop Shanahan High School last week, as seen on ChestmontFootball.com. They also have running back Aaron Young with 1,219 yards and over 20 touchdowns on the ground. And he's backed up by wide receiver Dupree Bryant, who has 758 yards and 12 touchdowns receiving. Mike, there's some familiarity here with the style of football. 4 years ago, Pennsbury beat Coatesville in the district final. At the time, Pennsbury was led by many of the coaches who are here to take over Truman this year.
Well, Mike, it is, again, a Tiger team that's had some trouble in the past. They, once a few years back, didn't even have enough players to play a game. They had a coach leave before the season started before. So it's great just as a fan of football to see teams reaching heights they have not reached before, but I don't think they're going to be satisfied just making the playoffs. They are going to want to get the victory tonight. It would be an upset victory, but I don't think they look at it that way. Again, 3 losses this year were to Neshaminy, Pennsbury, and Abington. But in their wins, Mike, they've scored a lot of points. Again, this is the Chestmont Game of the Week on ChestmontFootball.com. And if you missed the Chestmont National Division clinching game for Coatesville last week, you can watch that on ChestmontFootball.com. Again, Truman is from the Suburban 1 League National Conference. 3-7 last year, 7-3 this year. We get ready to get things started here at Red Raider Field. Again, so many weapons on offense for Coatesville, Mike. You have the young brothers, Aaron and Avery. Got the coach's son, Ricky Ortega. They have Makai Alexander, Dupree Bryant, and Katero Summers all at wide receiver.
Talk about standout dual threat sophomore quarterback Ricky Ortega. He rushed for 501 yards this season. That, I believe, is among the highest, if not the highest, in the league this year, in the Chestmont League.
Well, Mike, it's going to be the Tigers receiving the kickoff. So we're going to see what their offense can do against this speedy Coatesville defense. It's not just the offense of Coatesville that has a lot of speed. It is the defense as well. Kickoff goes to the 10 by Mahalik. And that's a good return up the sideline into Red Raider territory. What a return for Harry S. Truman. You know I love my special teams play.
Amir Kennedy started the tackle on that, and they were able to catch Truman on that attempt.
So again, they are led by junior quarterback Dylan Snelling, but it's going to be a lot of the running game. Habib Baba, Saeed Saunders, David Akinwande.
Mike, Coatesville just got a sideline warning.
Which is early, because if you get one, you get two, then it becomes a penalty. Saunders in the backfield. And it goes to David Akinwande. Spends a lot of time lined up at fullback.
54, Rolando, number 11, Holmes on the tackle for Coatesville. 2 yards.
2nd and 8.
Second down and 8 yards to go for the Tigers. Ball on the 34-yard line of Coatesville.
Ball on the 34 of the Red Raiders. Truman would love to score on their opening drive. Run up the middle.
Well, Truman scored well this season. You have to take into account the fact that Coatesville's defense is phenomenal in stopping the run.
And they give up just over 11 points a game
For the whole season.
where their offense scores just under 43. 3rd and 6. Toss play to Saunders. He's got a first down and he's still going. Did he get in, Mike? He did. That is going to be a 32-yard touchdown run for Saeed Saunders. What an opening drive for the Tigers. Mike, he showed great speed there, and he showed why. He was the 200-meter dash champ last spring, the state champ. Coatesville's got some speed, but Truman shows they do as well. Kevin Buckland in for the extra point. Bad snap. Got to be sound in the kicking game, Mike. Rob Tressler, the backup quarterback and holder, did his best to try and get the ball down after that snap, but was unable to. 6-0. Truman leads. We'll be back after this word from Beaver Creek Tavern.
Whether looking for the best burgers in Chester County, a place to host your private event, or a relaxing place to enjoy daily food and drink specials, Beaver Creek Tavern has you covered. Serving classic American fare with gluten-free and vegetarian options available. To get the party started, go to 1350 Bondsville Road in Downingtown or call 484-593-0481. We'll see you there.
We are back at Red Raider Field here at Coatesville Senior High School campus as Red Raider fans a little stunned, Mike, as Truman marched down the field on an opening drive, and it was a 32-yard touchdown run by Saeed Saunders. Great speed there, Mike.
They did a great job as a team orchestrating that entire drive. It was well done.
But we know Coatesville has a high-powered offense. They're going to look to take the lead really on this opening drive for them, as again, trouble on the extra point. Will that come back to bite Harry S. Truman? Buckland's kick. Low line drive. As that is Bryant on the return.
Number 6, Bryant on the return.
Mike, as you said, Dupree Bryant this year, 758 yards receiving. But they have a lot of other options in the passing game. Avery Young, the senior, going to Rutgers. Makai Alexander, Katero Summers, but the main man for them, Aaron Young, the stud running back. Ortega drops back. Pass is incomplete off the hands of Alexander. Mike, great job by the offensive line, giving Ortega a ton of time.
He had all day to throw that ball. It's not something I expect to see for the rest of this game. I expect him to be a little quicker.
I don't know, Mike. That's a pretty strong offensive line of Coatesville. Second and 10. That is Aaron Young with the run. Solid pickup there. Pickup of, oh, looks like it's going to be 8. The ref on the far side of the field had it as 8. Then he stepped forward as it being 9. Third down, Coatesville as they trail 6-0. Young with the carry and the first down.
Number 4, Aaron Young carries for Coatesville, first down.
Like, that's one of the reasons why Coatesville is so tough to beat. They're hard to get off the field on third down. They were stopped last week, I believe, the first 2 drives of the game by Shanahan, but then they got their offense going. Option. Young with the carry, or takes the pitch. Solid gain on first down.
Number 4, Aaron Young carries for Coatesville. Tackle number 5, Baba Truman. 5-yard gain.
Second and 5, Mike.
Second and 5, Coatesville.
Pennsbury's defense, Truman's defense gave up 14 and 15 points in 2 of their losses this year. They only had 1 absolute blowout.
As these fans know, great throw, great catch, Dupree Bryant. Six to 6 is the score. They are a Mahalik extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point is up, and it is no good, Mike. Lots of kicking trouble to get this game started. Tie ball game, 6 to 6 is your score. We'll be back after this word from Chester County Transmissions.
Hi, this is Andy at Chester County Transmissions. We're a full-service automotive shop here in Coatesville, Pennsylvania that also specializes in transmission and driveline repair. Just so you know, for all your automotive needs, we're here to take care of you. State inspections, whatever you need. Our number here is 610-384-2879.
Good morning, Chester County Transmissions. Rich speaking. How can I help you?
Please stop in, give us a call. God bless.
We are back at Coatesville Senior High School as the Red Raiders have just tied it up. After a beautiful throw and catch, Ricky Ortega to Dupree Bryant. But the Red Raiders had trouble on the extra point, Mike. So both teams have to feel like they let one get away on the point after touchdown. But hey, it's tie ball game.
We've seen Coatesville 3 times this year, and the kicking game hasn't been a problem.
Wow, the kick coverage not strong tonight for Coatesville. It's running up the sideline, getting a big gain. There's Javier Peterson. Mike, do they start doing a little pooch kickoff? That's the second kickoff of the game for Coatesville, and it is the second time Truman will get the ball in Red Raider territory. 1st and 10, ball on the 34. Nine minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's the first round of the District 1 playoffs.
27,
Akinwande, nowhere to run.
Coatesville dropped the gauntlet on that one.
Ramondo in on the tackle. Mike, we're going to be saying his name a lot tonight. Alex Ramondo, the senior defensive lineman. Also in on that tackle was Zach Hillard. 2nd and 9. Well, ball is out. I believe Coatesville fell on it. Trouble on the exchange. And it is Red Raider football. Saeed Saunders looked like he never got full possession of the handoff, and you cannot make mistakes against this Red Raider team. They will make you pay. Mike, tough break there for Saunders. If you don't get that ball in firm as soon as you get it, that's what can happen, because you're worried about what cut you're going to make, what hole you're going to hit. 1st and 10, Coatesville, ball on their own 35. Man in motion. Ortega takes it himself. He is tripped up in the backfield by James Kalaya. Nice job there. Ortega is not easy to bring down.
He has 501 yards this season. I expect him to do very well tonight.
2nd and 9. No one in the backfield with Ortega. As he completes the pass to Avery Young for a Red Raider first down. That Avery will be going to Rutgers after he graduates this season. Since we are in the playoffs, some of these seniors, this will be their last ever game, so they want to get to play a little bit more. Aaron Young with the carry. He's got a first down. Like, just his vision and his footwork are second to none. I know Francis had a great season at Avongrove, putting up some record numbers, but Aaron Young is the best running back, not just in Chestmont. I'm going to go to say he's the best easily in southeastern Pennsylvania. Young with the carry. Another first down for the Red Raiders.
I read what you said today, that he is probably the leader in southeastern PA, if not all of eastern PA.
Before this season, people were talking about he might already be the best running back in Coatesville history, which is saying something. A deep playoff run will only help to grow his legend.
His vision is phenomenal.
Ortega taken down for a 1-yard loss. Second and 11. They've had some success in the passing game. Do they look to Bryan again? No, it's Aaron Young on the carry. Great tackle by Tyrone Willis, the senior linebacker. As he has to tie his shoe there, but that didn't stop him from bringing down Young. 3rd and 10. Taken joining the backfield by Young. Play action. Young throws it up, and it is incomplete. Too far for his receiver. I believe that was Avery Young.
complete.
4th and 10, Mike.
What I noticed about the defense is, Truman, they're playing a conventional 4-3, and it seems to be holding for the most part.
Well, we're going to see here as Coatesville is going to go for it on 4th down. Too far for a field goal, way too close for a punt. But they have so many options to go to on offense, and tough team to cover. Have to think it's going to be a pass. Pressure up the middle. Ortega just throws it in the dirt. Fantastic job. Oh, there's flag on the play. And I see a Tiger player celebrating. I believe it's going to be on Coatesville. The pressure.
They just called intentional grounding.
So it's going to be Truman football. Your score is 6-6 with 6:06 to go in the first quarter. It's the Chesmont Game of the Week on ChesmontFootball.com. Are you in the market for a new home or have a house to sell? Contact Kim Moralia, Real Estate with Kim Passion. As a lifelong resident of the area, her expertise is focused in Chester, Montgomery, and Delaware counties. For 15 years, Kim's passion for helping her clients reach their goals always shines through, whether you are buying or selling your home. Kim is an award-winning realtor with Coldwell Banker Preferred in Exton. Check out her website, kimsellsthesuburbs.com, or call 484-368-9450. Saeed Saunders picks up a solid 3.5 on the play. I like that they got him the ball back, Mike, after he had the fumble, because I don't believe that was an issue of him holding the ball in a dangerous way. It was just trouble on the exchange. Run up the middle again by Saunders. A little trouble on the exchange there again, Mike. That's something that they got to get figured out.
Absolutely. Without your lead running back being able to get the ball snug and firm into his gut, they're not going to do well.
Although they do have a lot of other options. David Akinwande, Habib Baba. Do they get Terrence Rogers involved, or Javier Peterson? Peterson's done well on returns. They're going to be stopped short of the first down. That is Saunders. Charles Brown, Mike, on the tackle. As you said, this is now our 4th time seeing them this year. We've done 3 broadcasts, which you can go to on YouTube, type in Chesmont Football. But Brown, I feel like we say his name 5-6 times a game, just making good, solid tackles. The Tigers have to punt. It's 4th and 1. They're on their own 43. Good snap there. Strong punt. Oh, ball was dropped. A fair catch was called for by Avery Young. He did drop the ball, but quickly picked it back up. It's going to be Red Raider football.
Coatesville will take over 1st and 10.
After this word from Adelphi Advertising.
3. We're national in scope with international capabilities. Sure, our customers look at price, but the value we provide is so much more. Whether it's for everyday business, special events, trade shows, or customer appreciation giveaways, you have the one chance to get it right. Well, sure, it's promotional, but think of it as enhanced marketing.
Get the whole story at adelphipromo.com or by speaking with one of our promotional marketing specialists.
And we are back at Red Raider Field as Aaron Young is going up the sideline, and he's going to go. What a run by Young. He spun out of 2 tackles, Mike, and then he had daylight in front of him. I believe we're going to have a flag for a Sussex celebration. 71-yard touchdown run by Aaron Young. We were in a commercial as that play started, Mike, but you got to see him show his speed. What a job by Young, Mike.
Phenomenal job. This is what got him the title of best rusher in the Chesmont League. And there's talk of him. People are afraid of him all throughout Southeast PA.
And it is excessive celebration and sportsmanlike conduct. The fans don't like it. Aaron Young is a one-of-a-kind talent, but as we said, they have so many talented players on this team that you can't just key in on only him.
You can't. They've got power wherever you look.
He went the first couple of games this season without getting a touchdown run, and they were still successful. Coach Ortega not happy with the call. As one of his coordinators is still yelling at the officials. Mike, when we saw them play at Downingtown East, there was a situation with one of the members of the sideline getting into it with an official. But I do believe everyone has calmed down as Mahalik is in to attempt the extra point. Offsides, it looks like. Gonna have to see if a Coatesville player jump first, but I do believe we have offsides on the Tigers. Gonna wait for the call. And Coatesville missed their first extra point, and it is offsides. And Coatesville missed the kick on theirs. It was trouble with the snap for Truman's extra point. Mahalik's extra point is blocked. So we are 0 for 3 on extra points tonight, Mike. That's something you're used to seeing. I know kicking's not always the best in high school football, but 12-6 is your score. It's the Chesmont Game of the Week playoff edition on ChesmontFootball.com. Looking for brand name merchandise at discounted prices? Club Store Outlet has got you covered. Selling furniture, bedding, clothing, housewares, pet supplies, and more at 20 to 50% off what you'd pay at other stores. And guess what? There are no membership fees. But the discounts don't stop there. Police officers, firefighters, and military personnel get 10% off every day with valid ID. The discounts don't stop there. Seniors, 10% off on Mondays. Teachers, schools, 10% off on Tuesdays. That's Club Store Outlet located in Callan Village Shopping Center at 3947 West Lincoln Highway in Downingtown next to the Acme. Mike, just talk about that play by Young. I mean, he spun out of 2 tackles and then still had the speed to finish that run.
It's something I'm used to seeing with Young over the course of the season for the 3 games that we've covered them this year. Young is going to play on Saturdays, and I fully anticipate seeing him on Sundays later in life.
Well, there is currently a Red Raider in the NFL. Derek Morgan plays for the Titans. He was a first-round pick out of Georgia Tech. Let's see if the kick coverage can be a little better for Coatesville. Hey,
and it is.
For the first time, the Tigers are going to be starting off after a kickoff on their own side of the field. Coatesville leads 12-6. They have given up a touchdown on the first drive of the game. They recovered a fumble, and then they forced a 3-and-out. Can the Tiger offense repeat the success they had on their opening drive? Toss play. Saunders picks up. Going to depend on the spot. Looks like he has enough for the first down. Oh, he's going to be just short.
And it was Aaron Young who made the stop.
And he is really close to the first down. Looks like just a matter of inches. Second and basically the nose of the football for the Tigers. Offsides, going early was Tion Holmes. It's going to give the Tigers a first down. As the Coatesville faithful are booing, they're still not happy, Mike, about that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. 1st and 10, ball on the 45, 3:15 to go in the opening frame.
In the 3 years I've done this with you, I've never known Coatesville fans to accept things like that penalty.
No true fan should, Mike. Saunders takes the pitch.
Number 10, Saunders, ball carrier, tackled by number 10, Hooper of the Red Raiders. 3-yard gain.
Picks up 3. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. With the exception of the last drive where they had to punt, they've been in Red Raider territory every drive. 3 out of the 4 drives in this first quarter, they have been on the Coatesville side of the field. Saunders tripped up in the backfield. What a tackle by Shamar Hall, the sophomore. Great penetration into the backfield there, Mike.
As good as a sack would be for a quarterback, wasn't him.
Third and 13. And the Tigers know they can't let opportunities where they get into Coatesville territory get away from them. They're already down 12-6. They've seen what Young can do. They've seen what Bryant can do. It's another toss to Saunders. And he's going to be stopped after a gain of 4.
Number 2, Avery Young. Number 9, Thompson on the tackle. 4-yard gain.
Avery Young and Nick Thompson on the tackle.
9 yards to go for Truman.
4th and 9.
4-yard line of Coatesville.
Do you believe they are going to punt, Mike?
I don't think they have a choice. It's too far for a field goal, and it's too close for
Number 9, Willis.
any other kind of action. They got to punt.
Tyrone Willis, the linebacker, into punt. Another solid snap. Good punt. And it is going to be down at the 4-yard line. Great job on the punt by Willis. The Chestmont Game of the Week brought to you by SWI, or Service Wholesale Incorporated. They are your place to go for building materials and products. They supply quality materials for the building, construction, remodeling, and lumber industries. Their motto is service with integrity. Visit them at 4810 Horseshoe Pike in Downingtown, or call them at 610-518-5187. That's SWI. 1st and 10 for Coatesville. Ball on their own 4. Bubble screen. Oh, it's a double pass. And it is just too far. They had it, Mike. That was Avery Young, the intended target. They couldn't get it to him, Mike. That play was designed perfectly. Mekhi Alexander caught the pass behind the line of scrimmage, and the defensive back bit hard, but just too much on him. 2nd and 10. Not many teams will throw the ball, Mike, that far in their territory. Well, they've just done it twice, but now that one is dropped. Receiver was open. It would have been a nice gain. Coach Ortega cannot be pleased. Back-to-back pass plays. And as we said, teams don't like to throw deep in their own territory. They're on their own 4. Do they try and run it now on 3rd and 10? No, they throw again. Taking his own end zone, avoids pressure, and he throws it away. That should be intentional grounding, Mike. And
I think you're right. Yes,
that is going to be a safety. Ortega did his best to avoid the pressure. Maybe that's why teams don't throw it when they're backed up in inside their own 5. But hey, they should have had a touchdown on that first play as Alexander's pass just too far for Avery Young. It is a safety. That's going to make it 12-8. It's been an interesting first quarter, Mike. We still got another 21 seconds. Coatesville still has to do a free kick, and we've seen thus far the return game for the Tigers has been very strong.
And we've seen Coatesville with a run and a passing touchdown both. We've seen a safety caused by Truman. The only thing we haven't seen is the field goal. And as you say, you got to be sound in the kicking game.
No field goals, no extra points have been made. And Truman will get the ball back after the safety. It's been probably not what you'd expect if you're a Coatesville fan, but everything is different in the playoffs, Mike. It's just a different feel.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect from the other team, even though there are tapes available from the whole season. You don't know what to expect at all. Coatesville is known for having some trick plays, too.
10 Saunders, 21 Peterson, 4 Truman.
So Truman looks to have good field position again. Coatesville still leads 12-8.
Maybe you'd know. Why aren't they punting?
Well, you have the option to do it off the tee. In the NFL as well, a lot of teams opt for the punt. That is going to be Peterson on the return. There is a flag. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be on Truman. And it is going to be holding. So not as strong field position as originally expected for Truman. The trustees and employees of Coatesville Savings Bank are committed to providing outstanding customer service, competitive products and services, and unbeatable involvement and support for the communities we serve. We've been doing it since 1919. It's how we define community banking. It's how you can define Coatesville Savings Bank, with locations in Coatesville, New Holland, Oxford, Georgetown, and Quarryville. No room to run for Truman. No gain. Akawande's had a little bit of trouble finding holes in the Coatesville run defense. That's going to do it for the first quarter here at Red Raider Field. 12-8 is your score. Interesting first quarter, Mike.
Very interesting. I've never seen one where you had such a plethora of different plays that could happen during the course of a game, all packed into one quarter. It was an exciting quarter to watch if you're a true fan of football.
And they were propelled by two big plays. Dupree Bryant with a touchdown reception. And then it was Aaron Young with the 71-yard touchdown run. But getting the scoring started was Saunders for the Tigers. So Truman looks to take the lead back. And they scored on their opening drive, as did Coatesville. No extra points have been made. I formation. Play action. That pass is incomplete. You could hear a lot of Coatesville fans wanting an offensive holding call there. Said it's just an incomplete pass, going to bring up second down.
I think I saw the same thing they did.
Smelling pass for Peterson is incomplete, bringing up third down and 10 yards to go.
3rd and 10. Can the Red Raider defense get the stop? And it's going to be Saunders on the pitch. Thrown down out of bounds. Was Saunders. They can't just keep giving him it on pitch plays, and Akawande runs up the middle.
Gain of 4 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down, 6 yards to go.
So the Tigers unable to safety. Coatesville as they return the kick, as there is a flag on the play. And it's going to be a legal procedure on the Tigers. Bronx cheer by a fan right in front of us for another flag being called against Truman. I don't believe that fan's ever going to let the sportsmanlike conduct for the Young touchdown go. High snap. Great job catching. He's going to have to just run. They had 2 perfect snaps on the previous punts, but that one was way too high. Great job by Tyra Willis just to catch it, and he didn't feel comfortable trying to punt it. And Mike, his last punt was great. It was down inside the 5, but that one really hard to kick it if you can't just catch the snap cleanly.
Well, they got him at the 15-yard line, and you got to be sound in the kicking game. You always say that every week.
1st and 10, ball on the 15. Coatesville looks to add to their lead. Aaron Young, he's going to go in for the easy score. 15-yard touchdown run. Aaron Young. Way too easy there, Mike, as he just was able to take the handoff, make one little cut, goes into the end zone. We said it, you cannot make mistakes against this Coatesville team. And that was the 2nd special teams mistake of the night for the Tigers. Coatesville's going to go for 2 to try and make it a 20-8 score. And it's going to be an option. Young, nowhere to run, as he is tackled out of bounds. 18-8 is your score. I don't know if I've ever seen a game with that score before, Mike. But Coatesville leads the Chestmont Game of the Week on ChestmontFootball.com. Mike, can they do anything to stop Young?
I think Young has found the holes he needs to find. He's been examining through the first quarter and seeing where he can run, seeing where a hole might open. He's been lucky calling him so far, and he's paid off for him twice. It's no wonder Southeast PA is truly afraid of Aaron Young.
Well, the Tiger offense has got to get something going. Their defense can't get the stops right now, but the offense can try and bail them out. They've had great field position. Hey, the ChestmontFootball.com crew wants to thank Jack's Pizza for donating pizzas to tonight's broadcast. Jack's has delicious pizza, sandwiches, pasta, and more. Located at 1948 East Lincoln Highway in Coatesville. Give them a call at 610-384-1000. Hey, get yourself a pizza. Watch the Chestmont Game of the Week, Mike. Red Raiders lead 18-8.
There goes the ball again. It's the 2nd time tonight for Coatesville that the ball is flown off the tee.
Well, missing that 2-point conversion, what that does is it's now just a touchdown, an extra point, and a field goal away from tying it. Now, then again, we've seen a lot of trouble on extra points tonight. Peterson trying to get another good return. It's going to be stopped around the 38-yard line. Truman looks to get their first offensive points since their first drive of the game. First and 10, ball on the 38. Akawande with his best run of the night.
27, Akawande carries, picked up by 33, Hillard of the Red Raiders.
Hillard on the tackle.
5-yard gain on the
Pick up a 5. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for Truman.
ball on their own 43-yard line.
10:25 to go in the second quarter. Saunders with the run up the middle. He's going to get a first down. Hey, we always say 4 yards a carry gets you a first down, but they just had a 5-yard run and then a 6-yard run.
I noticed that Truman likes to run right up the middle for a majority of their plays.
Either that or it's pitch plays to Saunders. No, not really calling any counters. Another run, only one pass play attempted tonight for the Tigers.
Tackle by 33, Hillard, also 25, Brown of Coatesville.
2nd and 7.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
They are in Red Raider territory again, but they only have 6 offensive points to show for it tonight. Saunders on the carry, going to bring up a 3rd and manageable.
Saunders is the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by 44, Clifford of the Red Raiders. 4-yard
3rd and 3.
makes it 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
The Tigers, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Unless they have a big loss of yards here, they're going to go for it on 4th down. So they trail by 10. And nowhere to run for Saunders. Pickup of 1. 4th and 2, and they are keeping the offense on the field. I have to think part of that might be because of the trouble on that last snap. I know it was only one bad snap on a punt, but they're down by 10. They know they need to put up points if they want to have a chance against Coatesville. And they are going to call a timeout. So the Tigers call the first timeout of the game for either team. We'll be back after this word from Beaver Creek Tavern.
Whether looking for the best burgers in Chester County, a place to host your private event, or a relaxing place to enjoy daily food and drink specials, Beaver Creek Tavern has you covered. Serving classic American fare with gluten-free and vegetarian options available. To get the party started, go to 1350 Bondsville Road in Downingtown or call 484-593-0481. We'll see you there.
We are back at Coatesville Senior High School as the Red Raiders lead the Harry S. Truman Tigers 18-8. Very unique score as we've had missed extra points, safeties. We've had it all in this game, except for made kicks.
After the timeout, 4th down and 2 yards to go for the Tigers.
4th and 2. Can the Coatesville defense get the ball back? Oh, we got a whistle before the play. Coatesville calls a timeout. I think they wanted to see what the formation was going to be for the Tigers. Smart move by Coach Ortega. And speaking of Coach Ortega, like, it's always a pleasure to watch his teams play, but also he's great for the post-game interviews. And tonight we will have an interview with the victorious coach. But Coach Ortega really educates these players and cares a lot about them. He does get fired up. Good. Hey, that's what you want in your coach.
Absolutely. The only thing I'm not sure that I would have wanted to see is the assistant coach going off the way he did, because he was really hot and bothered by that penalty.
But that's, as you saw, Ortega had some things to say, but then he backed that assistant coach off. It's what he needed to do. And what his team needs to do right now is try and find a way to stop the Tigers from converting this 4th and 2. What does Michael LaPalabara's team do to try and pick up this first down? Let's find out. And the quarterback takes it himself. He's going to be stopped short. Only a pickup of 1 for Dylan Snelling, if he even got one. There is a flag, though. Looks like in the area of holding, I believe. It's actually going to be against Truman. I believe they signaled. Is that a hold or a hands to the face, Mike? Bit of a glare right in front of me in the window in the press box right now. First and 10 for Coatesville. They look to add to their lead. 18-8 is the score. 8:17 to go in the second quarter. Young spins out of one tackle, breaks another one, and then actually knocks the defender back a couple yards. What a first down run by Aaron Young. His ability to just get away from tacklers, but then also just break tackles. Juking ability and power. Pickup of 7 on first down. 2nd and 3. Ball on the 48. Young breaks another tackle, then lowers his head as he tries to break another. He's going to have another Coatesville first down. Downingtown East did a pretty good job of not letting him break tackle after tackle after tackle. He did break some, but that also might be because in practice they go up against Brashear Stocker, who's great at breaking tackles. 1st and 10, ball on the 44. Take drops back the pass. Pass is complete to Katero Summers. He gets taken down at the 24. Like, that's why they're a dangerous offense. They can run it with Young and with Ortega, but then they still have these talented wide receivers.
You mentioned Downingtown East a moment ago. You realize that in the very next round they could face Downingtown East all over again?
That's right. If Downingtown East defeats Owen J. Roberts and Coatesville gets the win tonight, Ortega on the run. The Truman defense is going to need to make a stop, though, if they want to try and get the victory tonight. 18-8, they trail.
I still can't get over that score.
There was a game in the NFL this season that had a score that had never been a final score in the history of the NFL. That goes back to early 1920s. Ortega with the run. Going to be stopped short of the first down. There, well, we have a flag. Player from each team getting into it. I do believe that's going to be against Coatesville, number 50. And the Red Raiders are already backing up. They know it's against them.
Aiden Geeter.
Never good when there's extracurriculars after a play. It is unsportsmanlike conduct against Coatesville. Here, a boo or two, but I don't think really anybody could argue with that one, Mike.
No, not at all. They could try, but
that is one thing that Coatesville has had some trouble with this year. They had at least 4 games this year where they were penalized 10 times or more. 3rd and 20. Take it back to pass. He's getting a lot of time. He's going to run it himself. And he keeps his eyes up the field, completes the pass. It's going to be short of the first down, but Avery Young with the reception. Like, it was looking like he was going to be tackled back around the 32, but instead it's a completed pass.
Now it's 4th and 5. I think they're going to go for it.
And they are, Mike. The offense still on the field. So they're going to have no one in the backfield with Ortega unless they put Young in motion. Pass is complete to a wide open Makai Alexander, and he's going to go in for the score. 20-yard touchdown reception, Makai Alexander, to add to the Red Raider lead. That's one way to pick up a 4th and 6, Mike. Pass it to the wide open, speedy wide receiver.
Nicely designed play.
That's why this is going to be a tough job for the Tiger defense, because their offense is not getting any points of their own. The offense has scored 6 points tonight, Mike. The Truman defense has scored 2.
Will we finally see a PAT hit with the kick? Good.
Well, we have a timeout. Coatesville. Are they deciding if they want to go for 2? They want to give their kicker Mahalik a chance to, get ready for the kick. But nice job by Alexander on that touchdown. So not only did they pick up the first down, Mike, they got the touchdown.
It just picked up the kicking tee.
Well, if they get the 2-point conversion, Mike, it would make it. Now they're bringing the tee back out. Looks like. So say if they get the extra point here, it puts them up 17. But they have a different kicker in, actually.
Will Barcy.
It was a low line drive kick, and that is no good. We still have yet to see a made kick tonight, but Coatesville leads 24-8. Mike, what can Truman do offensively to get back in this game?
Basically, they've got to continue with the game plan that they set out. They always walk in with X number of plays to start off a football game, and that way it's similar to the NFL. I know many coaches that do that.
Though usually that's only like the first 15 plays or so, and at this point, do you change your plan of attack down 24-8?
I don't think so. I think you try that plan of attack again. Just concentrate looking harder for those holes to go through when they're running, or concentrate on a better arc to the ball and a pass that might get it to their open man down the field.
We've only seen one passing play tonight for Truman. I think they just need to try and change up the runs a little bit, try and do a counter, maybe do a reverse or a jet sweep. I mean, we've seen the talent of Javier Peterson, get him involved offensively somehow. That kick goes out of bounds. We actually heard some people in the press box say, well, you might as well kick it out of bounds because of the trouble they've had covering kicks.
I incorrectly identified the kicker earlier. It was Patrick Ahmed, and he just took this kickoff as well.
Glad you had that, Mike, because the roster I have has Ahmed's name on it, but he doesn't have a number.
5-yard penalty.
This is a Coatesville team that carries 4 kickers. I was talking with the PA announcer before the game, Scott Kirsch. We were talking about a game about 3 years ago where Coatesville made a over 40-yard kick to win a game. It was probably the best kick I've ever seen at the high school level.
In the field goal?
To win a game. That is Saunders with the return. Great tackle by Coatesville. That could have been a big return.
Yeah, it could have. It was a shoestring tackle. Very well done.
Tackled by number 86, Bart Meyer of the Red Raiders.
24-8, Coatesville leads. The Tigers scored, Mike, on their opening drive of the game. The offense has not scored since. Peterson on the carry. As we said in the pregame, Mike, he had 253 yards rushing and a pair of touchdowns in their playoff clinching game against Ben Salem. And we said in their wins, Mike, their defense gave up 9 points a game. In their losses, 39 points a game. They've already given up 24 tonight. Peterson with the carry again. And to continue along with that line of statistics, in their wins, they've averaged over 43 points a game, and their losses, just 13. If you're a Harry S. Truman fan, you're hoping to see these numbers start to change. 24-8 is your score. 5:25 to go in the first half. 3rd and 4. Peterson's going to be stopped in the backfield by several Red Raiders, including Aaron Young. Like I said, they've got to try and get Peterson involved offensively. That is what they did, but they were unsuccessful on that drive as there's an injured Tiger down. We'll be back after this word from Chester County Transmissions.
Hi, this is Andy at Chester County Transmissions. We're a full-service automotive shop here in Coatesville, Pennsylvania that also specializes in transmission and driveline repair. Just so you know, for all your automotive needs, we're here to take care of you. State inspections, whatever you need. Our number here is 610-384-2879.
Good morning, Chester County Transmissions. Rich speaking. How can I help you?
Please stop in, give us a call. God bless.
We are back at Coatesville Senior High School as the injured player was Javier Peterson, but he is walking off the field on his own power. Great to see that. As Coatesville is about to get the ball back, it's going to be Aaron Young and Dupree Bryant back to return the punt.
Makes it 4th down and 7 yards to go. Number 9,
I think by now that Truman's figured out don't give it to Young and give it to the other guy.
Although Bryant, of course, had a great touchdown reception early in this game. Low line drive punt. And Bryant on the return. That's going to be a block in the back as the ref throws it. 2 refs throw it. That's going to go into the end zone for Bryant, but I don't think he knows that that is going to be called back as it was an obvious block in the back.
If I had a flag, I'd have thrown it from here.
Yeah, and the refs are signaling it's coming back. Three flags on the field, Mike. And you hear, I don't know if you can hear the fan in front of us booing, but there was a obvious block in the back. It was a nice return, and I don't even know if that block actually affected the return at all, but you still can't do it.
Helen Keller could have seen that one.
So Dupree Bryant's punt return touchdown is called back for a block in the back call. Even though they didn't get that touchdown, Coatesville still leads 24-8. After a touchdown reception by Dupree Bryant, 2 touchdown runs by Aaron Young, and a touchdown reception by Makai Alexander. Mike, just like it's been all season, multiple people getting it done for the Red Raider offense.
It's in a way, it's like watching the Eagles. They like to go to multiple people with their passing, and yeah, you're right. It's definitely multiple people contributing.
We've seen other teams this year that have just that one guy. I mean, they have other people that contribute with that one star player, but they have several star players. Pass is complete. Far side of the field to Aaron Young.
Completed pass for Ortega, number 4, Aaron Young. Number 6, Cole Young, forces him out of bounds. There is a penalty flag down on the flag.
And it looks like it is chop block against Coatesville. That's something, if they advance in the playoffs, Coach Ortega is going to want to work on going forward, especially if they do take on Downingtown East again. Again, Downingtown East taking on Owen J. Roberts tonight. The winner of this game will take on the winner of that game.
And a chop block is really unnecessary at any level. It's one of the most dangerous plays in football. You could maim a player for life. They ought to know better than to try that nonsense.
We try and get some other score updates for you. We'll let you know. Ruston taking on Great Valley tonight. Ruston leading 21-7 over Great Valley. Ty Pringle had a 28-yard touchdown run to make that 21-7.
4 yards to go for Coatesville.
Ortega throws it to a wide open Katero Summers. Tries to get back some of those penalty yards. It was a 1st and 24.
Summers was looking for a flag on that. He took a nasty hit to the head, and the ref missed it.
And you know who's in the playoffs this year? Oxford. We had them in that first game of the season when they beat Henderson. Nice to see them in the playoffs this year. Aaron Young with the reception. And he's got the first down. He's still going. He breaks the tackle. One man to beat, and he's going to go for the score. 67-yard touchdown reception. Aaron Young, unbelievable. The ability to stay in bounds up the sideline, and then he had one man to beat. He got a great block and was able to go. How do you stop Aaron Young? Well, right now the Tigers would like to know that as well.
Yeah, they sure would. I think they were blindsided by that. It looked like 3 different times the Tigers had him in their grasp, and he managed to claw back and get out.
Mahalik in to attempt the extra point. Flag on the play. Looks like a delay of game, I believe, Mike.
Delay of game against Coatesville, 5-yard.
So many issues on these extra points.
Retry extra point. Mahalik to kick. Alexander.
So Mahalik again lines up to take the extra point.
Just a wee bit longer.
Kick is up, and it is good. First made kick of the night, and what a cheer Mahalik is getting from the Coatesville faithful. 31-8 is your score. We'll be back after this word from Adelphi Marketing.
We're national in scope with international capabilities. Sure, our customers look at price, but the value we provide is so much more. Whether it's for everyday business, special events, trade shows, or customer appreciation giveaways, you have the one chance to get it right. Well, sure, it's promotional, but think of it as enhanced marketing.
Get the whole story at adelphipromo.com or by speaking with one of our promotional marketing specialists.
Welcome back to the Chesmont Game of the Week on ChesmontFootball.com as the 4th seeded Coatesville Red Raiders lead the 13th seed Harry S. Truman Tigers by a score of 31-8. And Mike, if you thought that the touchdown run by Young was impressive, that reception was even more impressive and run after the catch.
Absolutely correct on that. I liked what I saw with Young just gallivanting down the field freely. He had a good block.
Down the field, I mean, he already had a massive gain.
Mekhi Alexander gave him a great block at the end of that play so he could finish the waltz into the end zone.
Yeah, Mekhi Alexander, one of the only people that could keep up with Young. And it looked like right in front of us, Mike, he almost went out of bounds, but he was able to stay in and then still keep going. Oh, the kick caught by the up man. Gabe Gipley.
Was line drive straight to him.
Some score updates. Unionville leads Glen Mills 28-0 at halftime. Ruston leads Great Valley 27-7. And Shanahan trails 14-6. Shanahan hosting a home game. Handoff goes to Saunders.
Number 10, Saunders is the ball carrier.
They need an explosive play, Mike. They trail 31-8, 3:30 to go in the first half.
We're not too far from calling mercy rule.
Yeah, if Coatesville goes up, or at any point in a high school game, if you have a 35-point lead in the second half, the mercy rule goes into effect, and it is a running clock. Saunders stopped after a gain of 1.
Tackle on the play by number 11 of the Red Raiders holds. No gain. Makes it 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Mike, they need to do something offensively. They can't get the ball right back to Coatesville.
Coatesville's defense is a gauntlet. They're just too much for them at this point.
Give up 11.5 points a game. Third and 8. Play action. Pass is complete to Peterson. He's inside the 30, inside the 20. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Javier Peterson. Nice gain off the pass from Snelling. First and 10, ball on the 14. 2:19 to go in the first half. Run up to the outside.
1 yard loss on the play.
Loss of 1, Mike. They got a positive play, but then right after that, another negative.
They just can't seem to get it in motion. It's not working for them.
As we said, their 3 toughest opponents this year, they fell to. They did get a win their first game against a team from Chesmont when they beat Avongrove. Oh, flag on the play. Snelling taken down in the backfield Red Raiders on the sack, but we have to see who the flag is against. That looked in the area of holding against Truman.
It was thrown by the umpire.
And the offense is walking backwards.
Illegal block in the back was called.
So back them up even more. Folks, we love bringing you the Chestmont Game of the Week each week, but unfortunately, as the rounds of the playoffs, we get deeper into the playoffs, it costs more money to broadcast per PIAA. So I tell you what, help us out. Go to chestmontfootball.com. In the top right corner, there's a contribute button. Then click donate. Help us out so we can continue to bring you these great Chestmont games. Fantastic hit out of bounds. Saunders on the carry. Avery Young with the hit. So again, Mike.
The Young brothers, phenomenal pair.
They do it all. And just to finish the previous point, go to chestmontfootball.com. Top right corner, click contribute, then click donate. Then next week, if Coatesville wins and Downingtown East win, they'll have a rematch of that great game from 2 weeks ago. Flag on the play. In that game 2 weeks ago where Coatesville defeated Downingtown East, it was Dupree Bryant scoring with 3 seconds left, and then Coatesville scored off of a fumble on the ensuing kickoff after that. So I would love to see a rematch between those two.
That game was at Downingtown East, right?
Then that game can be viewed anytime on chestmontfootball.com or go to YouTube, type in Chestmont Football. Just as all of our games can be viewed anytime. 3rd and 20 now. As that is a run by Saunders. Coatesville calls the timeout. They want to get the ball back, Mike.
Minute 6. Look how quick their drives have been all game.
4th and 15 after Saunders picked up 5.
We'll bring up 4th down and 15 yards to go.
Are you in the market for a new home or have a house to sell? Contact Kim Moralia, Real Estate with Kim Passion. As a lifelong resident of the area, her expertise is focused in Chester, Montgomery, and Delaware counties. For 15 years, Kim's passion for helping her clients reach their goals always shines through. Whether you're buying or selling your home, Kim is an award-winning realtor with Coldwell Banker Preferred in Exton. Check out her website at kimsellsthesuburbs.com or call 484-368-9450. Mike, 4th and 15.
Ball's on the 19-yard line of Coatesville. 4th and 15.
From what we've seen for them tonight, they've completed one pass for a decent gain. Do they look to get the ball to Peterson? Man in motion. Is thrown up. It is. Is that intercepted? It is. Interception in the back of the end zone.
Ball is intercepted.
Charles Brown, like I said, we say his name 5 or 6 times every game, as it was deflected by the intended receiver. Then Brown comes down with it. Coatesville is going to get the ball back on their own 20, leading 31-8. Nice job by Brown. What can Brown do for you? He can get an interception to the end zone.
Flag on that play. It was a dead ball foul, offsides.
It's an offsides penalty
Against Coatesville, offside was called.
So
Make it first down and 15 yards.
the refs come over to talk to Coach Ortega. They're trying to update the clock. Thought they were looking to talk to Coach Ortega first, and said it's fixing the clock. And they've got it fixed. It went from 56 to 58 seconds.
They lost time on that. This is a dead ball foul they're coming out of.
Young with the carry. He cuts it back, makes one man miss. Gonna break somebody's ankles out there, Mike.
It's getting a little chippy. I usually say that at soccer games, not football games. From the shotgun, Ortega passes off.
Dupree Bryant, he's still going up the sideline. And he is finally tripped inside the 5.
Completed pass from Ortega to number 6,
Dupree Bryant with another big play. And that's why, Mike, they called that timeout on 3rd down, because they still have 20 seconds left. Clock stops for the officials to move the chains. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Do they give it to Young again, or does Ortega take it himself? As he spikes it, they lost 5 seconds there.
They lost a few seconds at the top of that drive because it was a dead ball foul for offside at 1:06, yet they told them to put 58 on the clock because it had run down. There should have been 1:06 again.
Update you on that Oxford score, Mike. They trail 35-7 against Marple. But they have to be happy that they've made the playoffs this season. This is Truman making the playoffs for the first time. Ortega takes it in for the score. 2-yard touchdown run, Ricky Ortega. But that drive was set up by the great run after catch by Dupree Bryant. Well, we have back-to-back made extra points.
99 Holly Bonds who's got the extra point. Number 5, Alexander, the holder.
Oh, offsides against Truman.
Penalty flag, stop the play.
As the refs discuss if it was offsides as opposed to a false start.
False start was called.
Oh, it's a false start. Okay. They made the Tiger jump.
But on that first PAT of the game, it was the exact same distance as what it is now. The first made PAT.
Extra point is up, and it is no good. Mike, we've had one made extra point tonight. That's
terrible.
That's something.
I don't think I've ever seen that in any football game in my life at any level.
Well, something for Coatesville to work on. Right now, they're working on a 37-8 lead. Looking for brand name merchandise at discounted prices? Club Store Outlet has got you covered. Selling furniture, bedding, clothing, housewares, pet supplies, and more at 20 to 50% off what you'd pay at other stores. And guess what? There are no membership fees. But But the discounts don't stop there. Police officers, firefighters, military personnel get 10% off every day with valid ID. Seniors get 10% off on Mondays, teachers and schools 10% off on Tuesdays. That's Club Store Outlet located in the Callan Village Shopping Center at 3947 West Lincoln Highway in Downingtown, right next to the Acme.
For the Tigers, number 10, Saunders, number 21, Peterson.
That kick is going to be brought back to the 36, 5 seconds to go. Coatesville leads 37-8. Another Chessmont score for you for the playoffs, Mike. Sun Valley
Truman takes over first.
trails Upper Moreland 28-14 at the half. A 35-yard touchdown pass was nullified at the buzzer because of a holding penalty, so it could actually be worse for Sun Valley. And the Tigers take a knee, so that's going to do it for the first half as the Coatesville Red Raiders lead the Harry S. Truman Tigers by a score of 37-8. We'll be back with second half action after this. Hello? Welcome back to Coatesville Area Senior High School Red Raider Field. District 1, the first round of the playoffs. The fourth seed Coatesville Red Raiders lead the 13th seed Area S Truman Tigers 37-8. It was all Coatesville in that first half, Mike. And it looks like if the first half is any indication of what we're going to see in the second, we're going to have a rematch of Coatesville versus Downingtown East in the next round of the playoffs. That's right, Downingtown East leading Owen J. Roberts 42-0. And just 2 weeks ago, Coatesville defeated Downingtown East on ChestmontFootball.com's Chestmont Game of the Week by a score of 38-27. It was in that game, Downingtown East took the lead with 49 seconds. Coatesville took the lead back with 3 seconds. But right now, let's focus on this game, Mike. Talk about Coatesville in that first half.
Coatesville was spectacular. They had a touchdown run for 71 yards in the first quarter. They had one for 67 yards in the second quarter, and they were both runs.
Well, the one was a reception off a screen pass by Young, the 67-yarder. But it was basically like a run because it was a screen pass. But Young, great first half. But also Dupree Bryant, who had a touchdown reception, but he set up the Ricky Ortega score that was the final score of the half, with a huge run after the catch being taken down at the 2-yard line. Truman, Mike, scored on their opening drive of the game.
They scored on the opening drive of the game. It was a run for 6 yards. The yardage of the drive was 36 yards, and player 10, Saunders, is the one who took it in to make it 6-0. They started it all off tonight, but their defense scored too.
Yeah, they got a safety, and that was the last points that Truman scored in that half. It was all Coatesville after that. I mean, they came out ready to fight because they took the kickoff after Coatesville's first touchdown back into Coatesville territory. But then Saunders had the fumble, and then there was just a bunch of miscues. You had a high snap on a punt where the safety was set up because of a fantastic punt. The high snap on the punt that gave Coatesville the ball on the 15-yard line, which led to them getting another touchdown. We've had only one made extra point tonight, which is unique, but 37-8 Coatesville leads. Expect to see the starters still out here for most of the third quarter, but if it keeps like this, going to see some backups.
I agree. Coatesville did have one punt that was run back for a touchdown, negated on a block in the back in the other half of the field. It would be higher right now than it is.
Yeah, Dupree Bryant had that return that was called back. But as we've seen, this is now the fourth time we've broadcast Coatesville this year, and previous games can be viewed on ChestmontFootball.com or on YouTube. Type in Chestmont Football. But in all of those games, it hasn't been just Aaron Young. It hasn't been just Ricky Ortega. It's been the entire offense, but some strong plays by the defense. You had Charles Brown with an interception. You had Ramondo making some nice tackles. It's what Coatesville does and why they are the number 4 seed in the playoffs. Just a reminder, unfortunately, this might be our final broadcast of the 2017 season. As we get deeper into the playoffs, the rates go up for PIAA. We'd love to keep bringing it to you. So tell you what you can do. You can help us out. Go on to ChestmontFootball.com. In the top right corner, there's a contribute button. Click on that, and then you'll see middle of the page it says donate. Click there, give what you can to try and help us bring you the second round of the playoffs, where it's looking like it's going to be Coatesville versus Downingtown East here at Coatesville Senior High School. So we're getting ready to start the second half. Coatesville will receive as they lead 37-8. And just a reminder the mercy rule. If a team has a lead of 35 or more in the second half, it'll be a running clock. But as we said before, Mike, the Truman players aren't just going to be satisfied that they made the playoffs. They're going to keep fighting to the end of this game. Sure, Coach Michael LaPalabara is going to be, gave a rousing speech to his guys to the half, said, hey, we know what we did that first drive of the game. Keep it up. Low kick. Going to be taken by Avery Young.
They're going to start off at their own 48-yard line.
Can the Tigers stop giving up the big plays to this Red Raider offense? And Ortega takes it himself. He's got a first down. He's still going. Finally tripped up inside the 40. He falls forward. Actually falls forward all the way up to the 35.
Nice run by Ricky Ortega. He was stifled from doing that for the most part in the first half. I think he feels good after that run.
He did a great job just by falling forward for an extra 5 yards after they took out his legs. Just a reminder, follow us on Twitter at ChessmontFB. And hey, live tweet, you can tweet us during the game, follow us, or retweet us. You can win a Coatesville hat. Coatesville winner hat, that is. Dupree Bryant on the reception. She's going to the other side of the field. Can he turn this into positive yards? He does. There is a late flag on the opposite side of the field. Dupree Bryant caught it on the the Coatesville sideline, ran all the way to the other side of the field, and after he was already over by the Tiger sideline, the official threw a flag. And it is against Coatesville.
Personal foul.
Really, besides having some issues on kickoff coverage and extra points, that has been their biggest issue is penalties tonight, Mike. They got to clean it up before they take on their second round opponent, which looks to be Downtown East. Excuse me, if they are the victors tonight. Which, just a reminder, we'll have an interview with the victorious coach coming up after the game. First and 25. Ball on the 50. Pass is dropped, intended for Alexander. It was in his hands, Mike.
He just plain dropped it. We're even right in the number.
Got to bring up second and 25.
Which is not something I've heard all night by either team.
Shotgun formation, Young in the backfield with Ortega. Taking plenty of time to throw it. Pass thrown a little high to Alexander, but he catches it. It's yet another time tonight, Mike, where I've seen the Coatesville offensive player lay a bigger hit on the defender than the defender laid on them. All right, fine, you can stop me, but you're going to pay for it. It's basically what the Coatesville offense says. 3rd and 17. Ball on the 42. Flag on the play.
Penalty flag, stop the play.
As we wait the signal, it is offsides.
Offside against Truman. 5 yards.
Gonna make it 3rd and 12, a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's an easy way to get yards.
You can't make mistakes against this Coatesville team, Mike. We've seen turnovers, issues on snaps on punts, missed extra points. Ortega drops back the pass. He throws it up for Bryant, and it is incomplete. Solid coverage, but Bryant still had a chance to make the grab. Got to bring up 4th and 12.
Brings up 4th down and 12 yards to go for Coatesville.
Even though the coverage was there, Mike Bryant still had the chance to make the catch. What an impressive wide receiver he is. And he's just a sophomore, just like his quarterback, Ricky Ortega. And then Aaron Young is a junior. So if teams are afraid of Coatesville this year, all those guys are going to have another year of experience going into next season. They were the favorites to win the Chestmont National Division this year. It came down to the final seconds against Downtown East, but then they beat Shanahan last week to clinch their 2nd straight Chestmont National Division title. 4th and 12, Ortega drops back, throws it up for Bryant again, incomplete.
Ortega's pass falls incomplete.
So the Tigers get the stop and will get the ball for the first time this half.
Takes over on downs.
Chestmont Game of the Week brought to you by SWI. That's right, Service Wholesale Incorporated is your place to go for building materials and products. They supply quality materials for the building, construction, remodeling, and lumber industries. Their motto is service with integrity. Visit them at 4810 Horseshoe Pike in Downtown or call them at 610-518-5187. That's SWI. Gain of 9.
27,
Akawande, that's his best carry of the night, Mike.
I just saw Aaron Young flailing his hands toward a Truman Tiger at the end of that play, and I'm surprised that the ref didn't see it.
That's going to be a first down run.
Saunders is the ball carrier. Tackled by number 4, Aaron Young of Coatesville.
First down for Harry S. Truman.
4-yard gain on the play. First and 10.
Not just a former president, Mike, but a playoff football team.
And it promises for Coatesville for that tradition to continue for at least the next year. Some of the papers today were talking about 2021 and 2020.
Nice job there by the Coatesville defense. Going to be a loss of 1.
By number 54, Raimondo of the Red Raiders.
A lot of what we saw in the first half, they get a positive play or two, and then it's back to losing yards on first down.
11 yards to go. Ball's on the 50-yard line.
Ball just shy of the 50. 9:22 to go in the third quarter. Coatesville leads 37-8. Pass is intercepted by Aaron Young. He does it all, Mike. Big runs, big receptions, and now intercepting Dylan Snelling. That's the second time he's been picked off this evening.
Fantastic eye contact with the quarterback the whole way. Young does it all, as you said.
It's going to be first and 10 for Coatesville on the Tiger 45. Low snap. Ortega tries to find it, and it is recovered by the Tigers. He could never find the ball, so they turn it right back over. Surprising turn of events there.
It was at the same place that where Coatesville left off at.
The trustees and employees of Coatesville Savings Bank are committed to providing outstanding customer service, competitive products and services, and unbeatable involvement and support for the communities we serve. We've been doing it since 1919. It's how we define community banking. It's how you define Coatesville Savings Bank, with locations in Coatesville, New Holland, Oxford, Georgetown, and Quarryville. Akawande with the carry up the middle. And that was just a, going back to the turnover, Mike, that was just a low snap, and Ortega just could not seem to find the ball. Good job falling on the ball by Truman. So we said, Mike, we're expecting them to keep fighting. Pickup of 6 by Akawande. as Terrence Rogers takes the carry.
Number 32, Rogers.
They're going to mark it with his forward progress.
Number 9, Thompson of the Red Raiders.
Right in front of us in the press box, Mike. Ball on the
1 yard loss on the
43,
play.
3rd and 5.
5 yards to go. Ball's on
So he said you can't make mistakes when you play Coatesville, but you also would need to take advantage of Coatesville's mistakes. I'm sure Coach Michael LaPalavara. Well, interestingly enough, I had to ask one of his coaches for the pronunciation of his name, and even he said, you should probably ask the coach, but here's my guess. And that is going to be a first down run by Akawande. Sorry, that is Saeed Saunders. Used to seeing him get pitch plays. Akawande usually with the runs up the middle. Either way, it's a Truman first down. First and 10, ball on the 34, 7:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Akawande tackled in the backfield. Great job by the Coatesville defense. Mike, how many times I feel like deja vu all over again? Positive play, and then the ensuing first down run.
Loss of a yard.
Loss of a yard.
1 yard loss on the play. Makes it 2nd down and 11 yards to go.
Wow, the stadium's sure rocking tonight.
Run up the middle again. The Coatesville defense is there. Another loss of 1. They got to do something different, Mike.
Plays the ball carrier, tackled by 44, Clifford of the Red Raiders. 2 yard loss.
The gauntlet that is Coatesville's defense is overpowering Truman's offense at every turn.
To go back to the stat, Coatesville gives up just 11.5 points a game. In Truman's losses this year, they score 13 points a game, and in their losses, they give up 39 points a game. Saunders is unable to find any room to run. Oh, and there's a flag. It's getting really chippy, Mike. Another flag thrown. We actually heard members of the press box before the flags got thrown saying, oh, there's going to be a flag here. Getting really chippy.
The Tigers are still trying to hold back the main thrust of that.
I believe that was Saunders, Mike.
He's still upset.
Personal foul against Coatesville. That's all that came out of that, Mike.
That's amazing.
And the Coatesville faithful are letting the officials hear that. I could have sworn after we saw one flag, okay, maybe it was against Coatesville, but after we saw the scuffle afterwards, I thought maybe we were going to see offsetting penalties.
Well, they're discussing it now.
And a player is ejected. And I do believe that they are going to miss the next game. I have to get confirmation. I believe it was James Shockey. As you see players going up to him and kind of giving him a, hey, it's all right. First and 10, ball on the 23. Offsides.
That's one way to give him yards.
Jumping early. Austin Hayes. Getting a little bit sloppy, Mike. Seen way too many flags.
I think we're well over 10 for Coatesville already.
Well, just in general, in this third quarter, we have 5:08 to go. There's been a lot of laundry on the field. Looks like a college student's dorm room, Mike. I believe even though they're leading, the Coatesville players and coaching staff are starting to get a little frustrated with what we've seen, as the referee wasn't even ready, turned around as they were getting ready to snap the ball there. It's a bad job by him, Mike. He was talking to Coach Ortega, and then he turned around right as Truman was getting ready to snap the ball. Blow the whistle if you're going to talk to a coach. I know there's other officials there, but he has a job. 2nd and 2.
Shockey's still on the sideline.
Ball on the 15. That is Snelling taking it himself. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Dylan Snelling, 15-yard touchdown run.
And it looks like Snelling is hurt. He's grabbing his left knee.
Wonder if he's cramping, just looking at the offensive lineman that's over there with him. Either way, it's a 15-yard touchdown run for Harry S. Truman. Still showing that this Tiger's got some fight. So Snelling gets the second offensive touchdown of the game for the Tigers. Remember, they got a safety. The defense did, that is.
Number 17, Buckland on to attempt the extra point. Number 12, Tressler, the holder.
Buckland in for the extra point. Can the Tigers make their first extra point tonight? Kick is up, and it is good. 37-15 is your score. We'll be back after this word from Adelphi Marketing.
We're national in scope with international capabilities. Sure, our customers look at price, but the value we provide is so much more. Whether it's for everyday business, special events, trade shows, or customer appreciation giveaways, you have the one chance to get it right. Well, sure, it's promotional, but think of it as enhanced marketing.
Get the whole story at adelphipromo.com or by speaking with one of our promotional marketing specialists.
We are back at Coatesville High School as Dylan Snelling just ran for a 15-yard touchdown run to make the score 37-15. Coatesville leads, but there's still plenty of time left in this game. Can they get a couple more stops? So we said it started to get a little bit chippy out there, Mike. We saw, I believe, a player ejected. Seen a lot of flags in this third quarter thus far. Just a reminder, you can follow us on Twitter at ChessmonFB. Send out a tweet tonight to us, retweet us, or follow us. You can win a Coatesville winner hat. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at 3CTV Live or like us on Instagram at 3CTV Live. Mike, can they continue to get stops on defense? That's the main question. I mean, that turnover. Oh, another line drive kick right to an up man. And that is Avery Young. Going to be hard to stop him, giving him that great a field position, Mike.
And as kicks go, that's the third kick in a row that we've had that was short, very short, like to the 40.
Usually if you're doing that, you want it to bounce a little bit to make it a little harder to return it, but it's going right to a return man or right to a Coatesville player. So 3:57 to go here in the third quarter. Ortega takes it himself. He's going to the outside, inside the 15.
Number 1, Ortega.
What a run by Ortega.
Forced out of bounds by number 7.
Whenever you think you're back in the fight, Coatesville just busts out a long kickoff return. A big first down run.
24-yard gain on the
24-yard gain by Ricky Ortega.
on the 14-yard line of Truman.
3:49 to go here in the third quarter. Coatesville looks to add to their lead. Young with the run up the middle, nowhere to go.
4, Aaron Young is the ball carrier. 42, Gifley on the tackle for the Tigers. 1-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 9, Coatesville.
Pickup of just one. Young in the backfield with Ortega, who's in the shotgun formation. Ortega takes it himself. Oh, he's tripped up. He looked like he had a path to the end zone. Nice job making the shoestring tackle.
Number 6, Colligan trips up Ortega. 8-yard gain.
3rd and 1, Mike.
Down and 1 yard to go.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be a 4-down territory, but I do believe Young's got the first down there, so it's not going to matter.
Harry's picking up a Coatesville first down. Tackle by number
He's down to the 1.
First and goal, ball on the 1-yard line.
4-yard gain on the play.
Truman just got their first touchdown of this half, but Coatesville looks to answer with one of their own. Coatesville having trouble figuring out what personnel should be on the field. Surprised they didn't get called for too many men on the field there. And we have a flag or a timeout. Actually, a timeout called for by Truman. Mike Coatesville looked like the ones confused there, but Truman calls the timeout. Hey, the ChestmontFootball.com crew wants to thank Jack's Pizza for donating pizzas to tonight's broadcast. That's right, Jack's has delicious pizza, sandwiches, pasta, and more. They're located at 1948 East Lincoln Highway in Coatesville. Give a call at 610-384-1000. Had many a fine cheesesteak from Jack's, if I do say so myself.
You used to live around the corner from them, didn't you?
I did. Get some cheese fries as well. One of my favorites for at high school games. Looked like Coatesville had the heavy package in there for that first and goal play, but they had players getting off the field late. I think it threw off Truman because they were like, wait, who's actually in the game right now? They may be down 37-15, but they're thinking, hey, could we get a stop? Go back down the field ourselves and score.
After the timeout, first and goal for the Red Raiders on the 1-yard line.
3 men in the backfield. They got the heavy package in again. And Aaron Young scores from 1 yard out, adding to the Coatesville Red Raider lead. 43-15 is your score. Mahalik extra point pending. It's been one of the more exciting parts of the game, Mike, is playing, hey, is there going to be a penalty on this extra point, and will they make the kick? And a high snap, but the kick is still good. Nice job there catching the snap. Was the receiver, Alexander, and then Mahalik still makes the extra point. 44-15, Coatesville leads. We'll be back after this word from Beaver Creek Tavern.
Whether looking for the best burgers in Chester County, a place to host your private event, or a relaxing place to enjoy daily food and drink specials, Beaver Creek Tavern has you covered. Serving classic American fare with gluten-free and vegetarian options available. To get the party started, go to 1350 Bondsville Road in Downingtown or call 484-593-0481. We'll see you there.
We are back at Coatesville High School as the Red Raiders have just had another touchdown by Aaron Young. I believe that's 2 touchdown runs and 1 long touchdown reception. That was a screen pass that he took beautifully up the sideline. So another great game by Young. I was talking to one of our crew members before the game and said, I think Young's going to have 2 touchdowns. He goes, not if he has 4. I said, all right, he's going to have at least 2.
Well, we're at 3 now.
Well, another score update. We talked about how a lot of the coaching staff from Truman used to coach at Pennsbury. Pennsbury leads 17-0 over CB South. Saunders on the return. He's going to be taken down after a solid return. That's been their best aspect of the game tonight for them, Mike, is their kickoff returns. Got a final for Chestmont as Unionville defeated Glen Mills 42-8. Another score update, Upper Moreland is leading Sun Valley 57-14.
That Unionville game is another 3 versus 14 seed.
Bishop Shanahan is now tied with Strathaven 21-21. Another great job on first down by the Coatesville defense. Gain of an inch. Downingtown East, Mike, did advance. They defeated Owen J. Roberts 42-13. We are a quarter and a minute 45 away from having Coatesville Downingtown East round 2. And they try the trick play, but the ball comes out, and that is recovered by the Red Raiders. That is Jimmy Limper, Mike.
They ran it back to the 25-yard line of Truman, and Coastal takes over. It looks like we may get our mercy roll.
I know Jimmy's mom, Michelle, is thrilled about that one. I used to work with her. Jimmy, a 2-sport athlete, plays baseball as well. So they finally tried to do the trick play I was asking for earlier, Mike, but they have trouble on the exchange. It's been a frequent problem tonight for them. Coatesville 1st and 10 on the Truman 26. That pass is caught by Katero Summers, and he goes in for the touchdown. 26-yard touchdown reception, Katero Summers. Talking about making them pay early for their mistakes. Another offensive weapon heard from, Mike.
And that's going to put them at the mercy roll.
It is 50-15 is your score. A Mahalik extra point pending. Extra point is up, and it is good. 51-15, Coatesville leads. We'll be back after this word from Chester County Transmissions.
Hi, this is Andy at Chester County Transmissions. We're a full-service automotive shop here in Coatesville, Pennsylvania that also specializes in transmission and driveline repair. Just so you know, for all your automotive needs, we're here to take care of you. State inspections, whatever you need. Our number here is 610-384-2879.
Good morning, Chester County Transmissions, Rich speaking. How can I help you?
Please stop in, give us a call. God bless.
Welcome back live to Coatesville Senior High School as we are now in a mercy roll game. Coatesville leads 51-15. Mike, what more can be said about this offense? They can do it on the ground, they can do it in the air.
I called the defense a gauntlet earlier. I'm beginning to think the same thing of the offense.
Well, Had to think that going into this game after the point total they put up last week against Shannon and what they've done all year. They are above their season average of scoring over 42 points a game. Great kickoff there going into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback.
I got to say, that was the best kick I've seen by either team of any sort all evening.
51-15. Truman at this point just playing for pride. Are you in the market for a new home or have a house to sell? Contact Kim Miralaga. Real estate with Kim Passion. As a lifelong resident of the area, her expertise is focused in Chester, Montgomery, and Delaware counties. More on Kim after this play by the Tigers. Another first down run with the negative gain. That's right, Kim Moralia. For 15 years, Kim's passion for helping her clients reach their goals always shines through, whether you are buying or selling your home. Kim is an award-winning realtor with Coldwell Banker Preferred in Exton. Check out her website at kimsellsthesuburbs.com or call 484-368-9450. That's Kim Moralia. Snelling on the carry. Big hit out of bounds.
Another loss.
Hit on the play by number 2, Avery Young on the Red Raiders.
That's a couple big hits by Avery Young tonight, Mike.
No gain on the play.
3rd and 11.
If Avery can't contribute in the offensive game, he's going to shine strong in the defense.
There's a very strong defensive back. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter as Coatesville leads Truman 51-15. Looking for brand name merchandise at discounted prices? Club Store Outlet has got you covered. Selling furniture, bedding, clothing, housewares, pet supplies, and more at 20 to 50% off what you'd pay at other stores. And guess what? There are no membership fees. But the discounts don't stop there. Police officers, firefighters, and military personnel get 10% off every day with valid ID. Seniors get 10% off on Mondays. Teachers in schools 10% off on Tuesdays. That's Club Store Outlet located in the Callan Village Shopping Center at 3947 West Lincoln Highway in Downeytown next to the Acme. Chestmont Game Week also brought to you by SWI, or Service Wholesale Incorporated. They're your place to go for building materials and products. They supply quality materials for the building, construction, remodeling, and lumber industries. Their motto is service with integrity. Visit them at 4810 Horseshoe Pike in Downeytown or call them at 610-518-5187. That's SWI. You got their motto, service with integrity. Third and 11, ball on the 19, first play of the 4th quarter. It's a run by Saunders. He cuts back, he's got a first down. Big gain by Saeed Saunders. Nice run in there, Mike.
Very nice run. I was wondering where they'd spend all night because the Tigers are capable of doing that kind of play. The gauntlet that is Coatesville defense has stopped them, but little breaks of sunshine drop in for the Truman Tigers.
Basketball score update for you Sixers fans. Sixers lead 116-110, minute to go in the 4th quarter.
Versus
the Indiana Pacers. That is Javier Peterson on the run. Took the exact same play as the last one, Mike.
He's a yard short this time.
Second and 1. Back-to-back good runs for the Tigers. .10:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Akawande, his best run by far of the night, taking it down to the 30-yard line of the Red Raiders.
Nice run.
20-yard gain on the play. First and 10. Ball in Coatesville 30.
First and 10, ball on the 30. Truman still showing some fight. No room to run there for Akawande, though, Mike.
Just a yard. Oh, I'm sorry. Put it on the 30 again.
No gain on the play. Second down, 10 yards to go. Tigers ball on the 30-yard line of Coatesville.
Back to what we were used to with them not having two positive plays in a row after they started this drive out with a couple positive runs.
Fortunately for them, it's too little too late because it's a running clock from last score on.
And that is going to be a touchdown run by Terrence Rogers, scoring from 30 yards out.
30-yard touchdown run for the Truman
Great
Tigers.
play by Terrence Rogers.
32 Rogers on the touchdown.
Mike, you love to see that they're still fighting out there. As for Coatesville, it's showing them things they need to work on, areas where they are vulnerable.
And they have a guy on the roof here, the press box, recording this whole game so that they have more than just us. They've got their own guy that's taping the game, and they're going to have tapes galore to go over and practice this week.
They tend to the injured Red Raider. That is Kellum, the injured Red Raider. The extra point is good. 51-22, Coatesville's lead. A little bit smaller.
But it's supposed to be a running clock, but they
I believe
stopped.
after a score, though, they stop it until the kickoff, Mike.
Okay.
(51-22). The Tigers need to get a lot more drives like that, Mike.
Absolutely, but like I said, it's too little too late. There's only 9 minutes and 5 seconds left, and they're behind, 29 points.
Oh, duh, that's why it's not a running clock, Mike. It's under the 35 now.
That's why I said that.
Yeah. As Coatesville awaits the kickoff, will be another line drive kick. It is not. The ball bounces, though. The Raiders wisely fall on it.
Number 6, Brian fields the kickoff for Coatesville.
So Coatesville, do they send out the starters? I don't believe they do. As Eddie Easterday now in at quarterback.
Coatesville will take over 1st and 10 on their own 31.
Mike, looks like you are correct. The clock is running now. That does not make sense that they had done the stop. I'm not too sure why.
16 today, and quarterback for the Red Raiders now.
Either way, 51-22 is your score. 8:39 to go. Trouble on the ball comes out. Easterday is a junior.
2-yard loss on the play.
Loss of 2 for Coatesville. Had the ball on the ground a little too much tonight for both teams.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for both teams. You're looking at a 2nd and 12 from the 29 now.
Folks, don't forget to go to ChestmontFootball.com, top right corner of the screen, click on Contribute, then click on Donate. Help us to bring you further games of the district playoffs. Kirk on the run there, but it's a flag on the field.
Penalty flag now on the flag.
It's got to be the angle, but that looks like the biggest flag I've ever seen.
Ball against Coatesville.
It is holding against the Red Raiders. Continuing all the flags we've seen in this half. Coming up post-game, we're going to have an interview with the victorious coach, Coach Matt Ortega. As we are under 7.5 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Somebody's hat came off.
Yeah, and the ball came out too, Mike. It's getting really sloppy.
22, Kirk was the ball carrier.
It's now 3rd and 15, I think. No, 3rd and 16.
Was pulled in fumble, recovered by Coatesville.
3rd and 16, ball on their own 25.
Result of the play was a 1-yard gain.
She's on the opposite foot now, Mikey. The Red Raiders are now in a retreat mode as the Tigers were in the 3rd quarter.
Although the Tigers had their starting offense in Coatesville trying to get some backup some time. And we have a flag again.
Penalty flag.
Delay a game against Coatesville.
Game against Coatesville.
And there's a Tiger down on the field. Oh, he's getting up. He's limping.
.6:14 to go. Coatesville 6-11 away from their rematch with Downingtown East. I believe his foot stepped out of bounds, Mike. It's going to bring up 4th down, so the Tigers will get the ball back, but as you said, they are too far behind for the amount of time we have left in this game.
What do you think was Coatesville's strongest point tonight?
Just getting the ball in the hands of their great offensive playmakers. It wasn't just Young, although he had a great night. It wasn't just Bryant, Alexander, Summers, Avery Young, all got involved in the action. It's their key to success. They have so many weapons that if you pick one to stop, they have others that are going to hurt you. Ball punted out of bounds as we see it's all a Truman player trying to get in the face of a Coatesville player, which when you're down 51-22, Mike, you probably should just walk off the field. I know you're frustrated, but
It'll be 1st and 10 for Truman on the Coatesville.
so this will be possibly the final offensive drive for some of the seniors at Harry S. Truman. Can they end their high school careers with the touchdown?
Kind of like to see it happen for them, but
Hall with the carry. Looks like he has a first down run.
Hall is the ball carrier. Tackled by 51's Ruffin of the Red Raiders. Run is good for a first down. 10-yard gain on the play. Makes it first and 10 for the Tigers. Ball on Coatesville, 35.
Yeah. First and 10, ball on the 35, 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter.
Number 6, Ola, is the ball carrier.
Cola with the run.
Second down and 5. Seems to be some confusion with the Tigers bringing in the play to just switch players from the huddle, which I was always taught was an illegal substitution.
Snelling is still in at quarterback. That's Fields with the carry.
He's got enough for the first.
That's number 8.
And
Fields.
Tigers trying to make this look a little bit better.
Tackled by number 12, Miles.
And the box score after this game.
9-yard gain on the play.
But we are 3-10 away
Ball's on the 21-yard
from another
line of Coatesville.
Chestmont National Division clash. Coatesville Red Raiders will host the Downingtown East Cougars in round 2 of the district playoffs. Baba with the run. I know they're going up against some backup defensive players, but they're putting together a nice drive, Mike.
Yeah, they are. You would think that the players would be a little bit more prepared for whatever play the Tigers are going to throw at them, but they don't look interested. The Tigers are just advancing.
Did the ball come out there, Mike?
I don't think
No,
so.
it didn't. Looked like it was moving around a little bit. Third and 3. Ball on the 14.
Interesting point to make on looking at the game scoring summary that I keep here. The Tigers have opened each quarter with the first score.
Oh, another
Yeah.
flag. Post-play penalties. As we said, it's been getting chippy since midway through the third quarter.
Tackled by 22. Penalty flag down on the line.
Gonna have to see who the call is against. Because usually you see a team moving in one direction if they think it was on them.
Dead ball, personal foul against the Tigers.
That is a personal foul against Truman.
So Truman gets a personal foul. Thought they were going to have one earlier, Mike, when we had a little bit of a scuffle basically right in front of us. First and 10, ball on the 25 because they had already gotten the first down. It was after the play. Baba with the run.
Number 5, Bob Irish, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 12, Miles.
Second and 22. Ball on the 22-yard line of Coatesville. We got a minute left.
Like, it looks like I'm seeing Coach Ortega on the sideline. He is displeased about something. I don't know if it's because of how chippy this game has gotten or what. That's a good run for the Tigers. Look like Colia with the run. We're under 30 seconds. As Mike, I'm going to let you take over with the commentary as I get ready to head down to the field for the post-game interview.
It's a handoff to number 5, Habib Baba. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it from Coatesville Red Raiders Stadium for the game tonight. Coatesville wins 51-22 over the Truman Tigers. The Red Raiders advance to the next round of the playoffs, and that will be here at Red Raider Stadium versus Downingtown East next Friday night. And I'd like to talk to you real quick about the donation that we're asking for people tonight. PIAA increases their fee for us to come in and do each game week by week. This week is $500. Next week it goes up to almost that and half again. And long and short of the story, we want to bring you these games because we realize people can't necessarily make the home game for a myriad of reasons. They're homesick, they're caught home studying or babysitting, or they just can't get the ticket or transportation. Whatever the reason, we're here to bring you that game. To do that, we need your help. So if you would go to the contribute button on the top of the ChestmontFootball.com page, hit contribute, and then you'll see a window pop up and it says donate. Hit the donate button and give to your heart's content. We want to bring you the game. Downingtown East is going to be a formidable foe next week. It was a good game at Downingtown East when Coatesville played them in October, and it promises to be a great game next week here in the playoffs. I'm expecting a closer score. Won't you join us next week on ChestmontFootball.com as we try to bring you the Downingtown East Cougars versus the Coatesville Red Raiders here from Red Raider Stadium. Mikey's getting closer to his post-game interview with Coach Matt Ortega, the winning coach. And what else can I say? The game tonight was brought to you by Jack's Pizza. He deserves a shout out for bringing us our food for the night for the crew. We had Adelphi Marketing, Club Store Outlet, Beaver Creek Tavern, Chester County Transmissions, Kim Moralia, SWI, and Coatesville Savings Bank. Thank you to each of those sponsors. Just to go over the District 1 playoffs that took place tonight, Neshaminy beat Springford. Pennsbury took out CB South. Coatesville, of course, just took on and defeated Harry S. Truman. Downingtown East defeated Owen J. Roberts. Penn Wood upset Perk Valley. Penn Ridge took over the game with Quakertown. Garnet Valley and CB West played. We didn't get the result of that game, nor did we get the Haverford North Penn game. At any moment, we're going to give it over to Mikey Dunn down on the field with our crew, and it looks like they're coming up from their huddle with the post-game discussion. And I'm going to turn it over to Mikey Dunn with Coach Matt Ortega. Okay. Coatesville played a brilliant game tonight, and Mikey is about to talk with Coach Matt Ortega.
I'm down here on the field with the victorious coach, Coach Matt Ortega. Coach, great job by your offense tonight. You almost have an embarrassment of riches. So many guys on your team can score. Just talk about how you have so many star players.
Yeah, it's just our offense right now is clicking, and we talked about at halftime. We got some special players, but the awesome thing is, everybody keys on 1, 4, and 6, and we just got guys at other places. With Makai Alexander making a play, Katsira Summer making a play, Avery Young making a play. It's just right now we're rolling on all cylinders.
And then defensively, although it was 22 points.
Yo!
Although it was 22 points allowed, some big hits laid by your defense, just showing that you're not just an offensive team. Talk about your defense's performance.
Yeah, they play well. They moved the ball on us late. We got our subs in, but we played great defense after that first drive. They made a play against us, and then we were able to come back and play great defense after that.
And then I don't know if you're aware, but Downtown East was victorious tonight, so we're going to have a rematch of that great matchup you had.
Yep.
Just talk about what it means for your team just to play another Chessmont opponent in the second round of the district playoffs.
Yeah, we talked about how we were going to have some big games in the playoffs, and we got this home field advantage, and to have the rematch next week at our place, we're just super excited about that. And we're great. We can practice to come out here and give it our best shot.
Another great game tonight, Coach. Good luck going forward to the playoffs. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow. And for the entire Chessmont football crew, I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. For everyone, all the cameramen, everyone in the truck, I am Mikey Dunn saying good night, everybody.